Sure. What is your signature dish right now? If you can just only pick one. I know you have. So I mean, you got a lineup of of a lot of great ones. But if you could only pick one right now that you're really focusing on.
Well, when I started with just fish tacos,
Okay.
and well, fish battered fried tacos,
Okay.
and grilled shrimp.
Okay.
But handmade tortilla, has to be my. That's what I started with, and people loved it. And then I started adding more things to the menu. So I think the signature item dish would be the fish and shrimp tacos.
Okay.
And
Tell me a little bit about how kind of what's in there, how you put them together, if you can.
well, the most because I do sushi and everything.
Yeah.
I make sure the fish is fresh.
Yeah.
Has to be fresh, good fish.
Yep.
We use cod, which is a good fish for a fish taco.
Yeah.
Fried because I got the style from Ensenada, which is a small city in Mexico,
Right.
along the beach. That's where it originally started.
Yeah.
And then the grilled shrimp, because most people they don't like fried food, so
Right.
you prefer grilled.
Yeah. All right, how I'm experts doing? We are another Brands Experts podcast with another incredible expert right here. We have Jay from Kudos Surf and Turf. They are an incredible food truck, right? Business, restaurant type food truck business that's doing incredible things out here in the Antelope Valley area, Lancaster, Palmdale area to be specific. And we're gonna let you know exactly what they do, and let them introduce themselves all the way. So go ahead, Joey.
What's up, guys? I don't know if you guys heard of Crudos. Kudos food truck is a orange truck. We serve from seafood tacos to meat tacos to fish and chips, even sometimes sushi. We do specialize in seafood, so sometimes we also have shrimp cocktails. Recently, we released our fish and pork sandwich. Coleslaw. The fish is breaded, so it gives it a good crunch taste. You have to have good buns, so we have really good buns.
Okay.
The sauce is very important too. Just good. It's a good item on the menu. Well, we're very popular for handmade tortillas. I think it's very important to have a good tortilla for any taco. So handmade is fresh as you can get. Because when you take a bite in taco, the first thing you taste is the tortilla, then the meat, then the sauces, and then the extra stuff that they add. Yeah. Kudos tacos, we're located on Mondays. On Mondays now, we're at Crunch Fitness and the Lancaster location. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we're at Lucky Luke, the brewery. So you can grab a beer and get some great food, to pair it with your beer. They have tons of selections on their beers. So I know most people, they've never had a crafted beer, because they're probably scared if it tastes good or not. But trust me, Lucky Luke, they have great beers. For blondes, pilsners, IPAs. So we're there Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 4 to 8 p.m. And Thursday and Friday, we're at our original location, which is 20th East, before So Avenue K, before you hit 20th East, you can find us there from 4 to 10 p.m. And then Saturdays we're at different locations. So you can check our IG at Crudos _ original, and on Facebook as well.
All right. So, man, we went into a lot of the things that they do. No, and that's good. So if anybody wanted to know, they immediately get that value, in the beginning. Let me tell you, I believe it was October 2022. I believe so. Like middle of October was when I first had the tacos. Because I'm an ambassador with the Antelope Valley Chambers of Commerce, and they were joined the Antelope Valley Chambers of Commerce in 2022. So I just want to congratulate them for that. That's how we met. So we went and met them.
That's true.
At the food truck, and just kind of let them know who I was, what I was a part of. The owner right here, Jay, he immediately let his staff know who I was, and just hooked me up with not just one, a plate of 3 of the shrimp. He asked me what I wanted. He said, "What do you want?" I told him, you don't have to. He said, "No, what do he asked me again, what do I want?" I said, "Well, shrimp is good. I like shrimp." So he said, "You like shrimp?" "Yes." So hooked it up with a plate of shrimp and an Oscar Frisca, and some of the best tacos I've ever tasted. From there, I made an order for some, took some home to my family so they can, enjoy some of that. It was incredible. From there, purchased at least 5 times. Just went, met them there, met them at a Trunk or Treat 2022, and purchased there, and purchased at Lucky Luke's, right, a few times there, and also on Avenue K at their spot they're at. So just really love what they do, support them, and they're experts, we believe, in the restaurant and food industry. What they're doing, they're going to be doing really incredible things nationwide. You need to get involved now. How you can book them, learn about what they do. You really need to get involved and understand the quality of the product. When we have them back on for another episode, you're going to see the product yourself, and they can kind of go into kind of how they cook it, how they prepare it, what separates them from their competition, so you can actually see that level of how they're doing it. So be on the lookout for that. But we're going to get into some of that, some of the products, some of the offerings. But definitely, man, check them out. See the Instagram right there. Just go there and look at it. Like the pictures and everything speaks for itself. Okay. So what we're going to get into next is let us know exactly what industry your brand is a part of.
What industry?
Like if you would say it was like more like in the like high-end restaurant industry, like wherever you feel like your brand is more geared towards, like what kind of client is your brand more geared toward? Like if somebody's never ate at Kudos, what would how would you describe, like they say, like, okay, what industry is your brand in? What would you say? Is it just food? Because I feel like it's higher than just food. I feel like it's like a high-end restaurant type feel, like how the food tastes.
Well, I gained all my experience when I worked at different restaurants in West LA, like Santa Monica, Beverly Hills, Westwood, and I consider those restaurants like 5 stars. When I was younger, I always try to look for the best restaurant and apply there to gain skills, because I always wanted to learn more about food. So when I started Kudos, I wanted to provide that same quality of food as you go to a 5-star restaurant, but obviously at a lower price.
Okay. All right.
So right now we have a food truck, but I believe that we always try to do the best quality product that we can, freshness, and the time. Time is very important. There's times when you go to restaurants and they take an hour, and it's like,
Right.
so it's always very important, to give good quality, but also time is also important. Time is very important to everyone.
Absolutely.
So that's where I go, and I think The category, I'm not sure about the category they're saying.
Right. I would say like more like you said, like it's that so I would say it's in like a restaurant industry for like more high end. I would say that. So
Yeah, but in a food truck,
I don't know for right now, but if you're looking at in 5 years, do you see it going into like actual sit down table, kind of order your food, order, something, sit down and enjoy, bring your family? Do you see yourself going into something like that?
that's my goal.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Okay.
I definitely want to do that. It's not an easy,
No.
process.
Absolutely, it's not.
But my goal is, to one day, have a restaurant and be able to provide good food for the AV here. And this is where I grew up, where
Yeah.
I'm from. So
Yeah, you want to provide back for your community.
yeah, definitely. And I see the AV is growing very fast, and it's a good community too.
Yeah, you're a very important piece of that. You supported the fair, right? Being a vendor there, you support a lot of the local events. Like, you're going to be in an event tomorrow here. What is it called? The health event.
Health and happiness.
Health and happiness. So you're going to be doing that. So just all these events that you're doing, how you separate yourself from from others that are out here, because your quality, your service, it stands out. It shows in everything that you guys do.
Oh, absolutely. Like you said, service. I think that's like probably the first thing people notice.
Yeah.
Service, cleanliness, and then once they get their food.
Right.
If people get bad service, then they won't feel as comfortable as
Nope.
someone that talks to them
Yeah.
and treats them well. Helps if it's their first time. They guide them through the menu.
Right.
It's not like a place where you go like, okay, what do you want? It's like, hey, hi,
level.
hey, how are you? How's your day going? Oh, good. And then take the order. You guide them through the menu, what they like, what they don't like. That's very important. Especially that's what people go to 5-star restaurants.
Right.
Number one, the service.
Service, absolutely.
You're a guest there.
Yeah.
When someone goes to your home, as a guest, you treat them like they're the owners of your home.
Absolutely, absolutely. You want them to feel good so they can come back and let people know how you treated them and how your stuff was. So the fact that you guys treat your, clients and customers like family is very important. So thank you for that. Thank you for your level of service and, for being a 5-star food truck. One of its kind, the branding on it. And like you said, we want to do an episode with, we get a tour on the podcast and get a tour. So that's the goal, that we can kind of set up a time for that. So that's what we want to do, because it's the level of branding on there. It's 5-star. Like when I seen it, like they got the shrimp on there, they got fish too, right? Yeah. On the truck. Mm-hmm. So just really incredible. Never really seen high detail, attention to detail like that. Just very unique touch. So we're definitely going to be checking that out in the real near future. Okay. So what is your position at Kudos?
I'm the owner. Well, as an owner, your first business, you have to do everything. Make sure everything is top quality. You have to be there. You can't just, okay, I have a business, I don't have to work no more. Like, no, you have to put all your time. Because once you start putting time into that, then things could slack off.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm a prep, cook, cashier. The marketing, and do marketing too.
Okay.
So I try to do everything, make sure it's growing,
right,
and it's at its best.
Right.
It's like a baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's your baby.
Yeah. It's a baby. Yeah. Once you see your baby, you want the best for it.
Yeah.
Sure. You want to feed them the best food.
Mm-hmm.
good clothes, good school. Um, make sure that it grows.
Properly, right?
Yeah.
The way it's supposed to. No, I mean, hey,
Yeah.
you're doing your baby right, and your baby loves you, and loves the community too. You know what I'm saying? Loves the community too. Like you know,
Yeah.
for sure. I mean,
Absolutely, bro.
you're doing it right. So, is there any other staff that work for you?
Yeah. One of the cooks, me and him used to work together at restaurant in LA.
Okay.
And there, super strict restaurant. Like there was like 4 front house managers, and sous chef, you know, then the line cook or lead line cook, and then the executive chef. So and then everything was like we had to follow the exact recipes too. And
Okay.
the manager would go around and taste the food daily. Make sure it was
Yeah, quality was top notch.
quality.
Yeah.
The servers, they had like a 3-week training, you know, um, and they weren't able to serve food until they passed that training.
Yeah.
They had like a book like this, and they would usually hire people that graduated college
Mm-hmm.
or they were in college,
Mm-hmm.
and they had most places have like bussers, runners, and then servers. No, there was only servers,
Okay.
so they had to do everything. So
Okay.
it was like a team base.
Okay.
So they would help each other pick up the table, run the food. So there was always busy, like nonstop.
Right.
So
So you have your chef, and is there any other staff besides your chef?
um, well, there's the manager and stuff, but that's that. For my food truck, what we have is the cashier,
Okay.
the lady making tortillas,
Yeah.
the cook,
Okay.
and then someone just making sure everything's running smoothly.
Okay. So it's good that he has a full team. So it's going to be difficult to do everything by yourself as you build out and grow your your brand and you scale it. You get to different levels. So it's helping a lot of different people. Get experience with his brand, build relationships with working with him. And so thank you for what you're doing for them. Right, for creating a great positive culture and just inspiring people, showing them what's possible.
Yeah, I think like understaff I know people like do like understaff. They try understaff to save money, but then that affects the quality of the food and then the service.
Mm-hmm.
Or when they're overstaffed, then like
Right.
people don't know what to do, and so I think there's a balance to it.
Absolutely. So balancing it right, doing the right thing, just make sure your staff is right is important. They're doing that. They're met. A lot of them, they're very positive when you meet them. They're going to make sure everything is right for you. So just know they're going to over deliver. Make sure you have a great experience while you're there, and that's something that we feel at Brands Experts Podcast is very important. At expert level brands that they make sure their service and experience is really high, and we look for that. So thank you guys for doing it. Very important. Very, very important. Okay, so now we're going to get into the history of the expert a little bit. You guys get to know Jay a little bit. Okay. How did you become an expert in this industry?
Well, I don't consider myself an expert, but I always try to like read books.
Yeah.
I always try to read like cooking books. Like because no one is an expert at anything. There's levels.
Learning. No, you're always learning, but I feel like you are because if you look at it, if you look at the 10 or 12-year-old version of you, and you seen what you were doing, you will be impressed. Right?
Yeah.
So all the kids in this community are impressed by you. all the different businesses that have congratulated you and shouted you out and told you how great what you're doing is, and you're doing something positive, and you're taking your money and pouring it back into your community, and you're actually delivering an incredible product, and you're helping out causes like the autism cause that you supported with Refi Snacks out here. Shout out to Refi from Refi Snacks. We're gonna be having him on pretty soon, so shout him out. And you had farmers agents on there.
Yeah, Frida and Jose. Yeah,
right. You had them on there, so you're helping causes. That's helping save lives, and that's because of your brand. That's because of your expert level. Because they wouldn't trust you to partner with their brands if they didn't believe you were experts at what you do.
That's true. I agree with that.
Right. So you are, and let's keep building on this energy and take it to whatever level you want to take it, because you deserve that. Your family deserves that. Your community deserves that. And when you crack open that 5-star restaurant, sit down, all that, we want to be there for the first day. We want to be there when you cut that ribbon.
I agree.
Because it's coming. You just keep saying it and it's not just saying it, because people always say speak it into existence. You speak it, but you also do it. He's not just speaking. He actually has the full truck, high level, at fairs and great events, partnering with great brands like Lucky Luke. I mean, they wouldn't partner with just anybody. They're partnering with Kudos. So shout out to you.
I agree. I strongly agree with you. Like for example, Refi, I met him at the fair.
Okay.
With everything, food. Like we even have our aguas frescas, which I make sure it's fresh and they're perfect, not too sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And like the fruit has to be fresh. The right amount of ice, the right cup for it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The good garnish for it,
Mm-hmm.
make it stand out.
Yep.
And he noticed. First of all, he noticed that we had a good presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Which is very important too.
Yeah.
He tried our food and he loved it. And he even told me like, you have really good food and thank you. And I noticed he had a stand at the fair, which, all you hear is good comments, like he has good candy, good agua frescas too as well. His rim is very good.
Mm-hmm.
It's vegan, well balanced. So yeah, people notice like presentation, and that's when like me and him like started collaborating.
Yeah.
Doing stuff together, advance. Because how would I say this? When you see something good, you try it, you like it, and you want to keep going back,
Yes.
So we noticed that we had similar goals as well.
Okay.
And then so that's when we started doing the collaborating to do the fundraiser for the what's it again? Sorry.
Which one? Oh, for Autism Speaks.
Autism Speaks, yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And then we also, as Frida from Farmers Insurance to join in, and it went well. It was good.
Yeah, you guys. When I see you guys together, it's almost like a brotherhood now, and that's awesome to see that you guys have brands and businesses, and that you guys have, been able to figure out, unique ways to collaborate.
Yeah.
And that into, just what it is now. Thank you for doing that with Refi. Just being somebody that you guys could partner with, collaborate, throw ideas together, and build something off of that, which is just so incredible. So thank you guys for doing that, representing the Antelope Valley, Lancaster, Palmdale area in a very great light, coming out here and really doing positive things. Thank you for that.
No problem.
So what we're going to get into next is who were two mentors that helped Jay become an expert in the restaurant industry. You won't want to miss this. So we're looking forward to bringing this to you because, you know, who are they? I don't know who they are. So we're all going to find out at the same time, right? Because I've never asked him that, and I don't know. So we're going to find out. But, you know, experts, you know, learn from people. You know, you're not going to learn everything yourself. I know you think you can, but it's impossible because you can't get everybody else's experiences because you're living your life. So you're going to have people that step in and help you out. So stay tuned. That's coming next. Check it out. Okay, so something special that we do over here is we're going to get into it is we have the Brands Expert Podcast Club, right? This is an exclusive club, unique to podcasts. It's something that we wish other podcasts did, and hopefully we could spark that change in podcasts, where we can over deliver and, you know, bring you something exclusive to the podcast, right? So you can learn something, you can learn how to make some money, you can learn how to work with experts. But if you want to get into that, make sure you go to the Champions Playbook, tcp.com/podcast, and you'll be able to see the Brands Experts Podcast Club, how to get involved, all the great stuff that we're doing over there. Unique brand expert mentorships like this. You're getting to be mentored by a brand expert like Dragon. So we're going to get into that right now. And also another spot that you can go to if you really want to get started with the club immediately, get the mentorship, learn how to work with them, learn what they're looking for, things like that. Let's go to brandsexpertspodcast.com/club to immediately get involved. But let's get into this part of everything. Smooth.
Yes, sir.
This one for me?
Yeah.
So this is the referees rim. So shout out referee, you know, like. Well, that's good. I see why people do. I don't think I ever had a drink with this on this thing.
It's good, bro.
Shout out referee snacks, man, for hooking the drink up, making it taste better. And I'm like just eating it like it's food. But it's good, man.
Yeah, it's like a little.
It's like, this is mango?
It's tamarindo, like a Mexican fruit.
Man, shout out Tamarindo, man.
Tamarindo.
Tamarindo.
Yeah.
Shout out Tamarindo, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't playing with the Tamarindo. Yes, sir. Tamarindo. I'm like working my way around the cup. But it's on there. It's like, am I just gonna let it go to waste? Like, don't let it go to waste. Try this Tamarindo. Get the rim dip. Enjoy that. Special. Okay, so over on now is Jay from Kudos is gonna share who his two mentors are that inspired him to, you know, do the things he's doing now with his brand.
Well, I've had.
If you can, just only say two. I know there's going to be more.
Yeah,
but if you can, just highlight two of them that you know feel really kind of stuck out to you or pushed you to really, you know, take it serious and, you know, do the things you're doing now.
Well, one of them was one of the chefs I started working at a restaurant in Santa Monica.
Okay.
I started there in the restaurant as a dishwasher,
Okay.
and he saw potential in me, so he started teaching me how to use a knife and everything. Started working myself up from being dishwasher to prep to cook, and then a sushi chef. You know, well, that took a few years, but you know, I got there. But yeah, he's been one of the main mentors. You know, he taught me a lot of stuff. You know, how to properly cut, how to even from cutting like bluefin tuna, you know, to yellowtail, to, you know, small fish, like golden eye and you know, Japanese fish.
Right.
So I learned a ton of stuff from him. His English was very bad, but for some reason we communicate. Okay. You know, we met like halfway and we were able to communicate.
Absolutely.
He's one of them. He came from LA all over here just for the soft opening that I had here at the Boulevard.
So talk to me. Oh, well, go ahead, finish. We'll get into that after this. Go ahead. Right.
So he was one of the main ones. The second one is my barber.
Okay.
I think barbers are important. 'Cause,
Absolutely. Gotta make sure I'm fresh. You gotta make sure you fresh.
like women, they have their
stylist, all that.
their nail tech.
Oh yeah, eyelashes, all that stuff.
Man, we would just have our barbers.
That's it.
And we have a specific barber that we go to.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so my barber always pushed me, hey, what's the next level? Like,
what are you doing?
Get your food truck, because I was just catering.
Yeah.
Like, get your food truck, and like, do this, do that. Give me advice, because every time we go, the haircuts are like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So you always, cut my hair, and we're just talking, about life, and he would always be pushing me, and yeah, I think those are my two main.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's crazy about what you said is, like what you're getting on here, and I think I told you maybe 4 times before we locked in and really got in here to do this. But what's crazy about that is, like, it's the people that push you and teach you and don't like just accept you being average, but in a positive way. They don't just have to say a whole bunch of negative things about you. Like, I pushed him to do this, but nothing negative. I just told him it's good for your brand, it's good for what you're doing, it's good for you promoting your business and the goals that you have and the work that you've already done for your brand. And that's what I did. I didn't tell him anything negative. And so there's a right way to push people. Push them positive, and everybody push a little bit different. But you never have to say anything negative about anybody. Like, don't go that way. Just do it and do it in a positive way, because it could change someone's life if you tell them, like his barber was telling him, but nothing negative. He was just pushing him to do something. He was pushing him to make his dream reality. And like, don't take that for granted. Don't take that kind of stuff lightly. Like, actually do it. Actually lock in. Actually believe. Actually get around people that believe in you, because he got around those people that believed in him. Now he has an actual food truck. The community's behind him, doing events year round, weekly, and he's just believing. And he's never going to stop believing. He's just going to continue to believe and grow and expand everything that he's doing. So just believe in what you're doing on the highest level, and get around people that believe in you, because once you do that, the opportunities are endless. People are going to want to sit down with you and talk to you and know more about what you do. But no one's going to want to do that if you're just sitting. If Jay was sitting at home playing video games, why would he be right here? Just like anybody could do that. So, but no one has a quality food truck that he has, 5 stars with the food. So that's why they're not here. That's why he's here. So really get around people that are going to push you and want to see your dreams come true for you, because it's no feeling like it. Trust me.
Like, I even thank God, you started my food truck.
Right.
Because honestly, I would have never done this, bro.
Right.
I hate being on camera. I hate, I love cooking. I don't like being on the light,
Yeah.
Like, even in high school, I did theater, but I was always behind the scenes, like doing the lighting, the music. I never liked being
up in the front.
Yeah, up in the front, the stars.
But everything made its way for you to be, and it's just gonna,
And you pushed me to, like, no, you have, be and explain your product, and you gave me great ideas, for marketing,
Yeah.
So I know you said 2 mentors, but I would consider it a third.
I appreciate that, man. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Like, people say stuff like that, but appreciate it, man. Show them love, because he didn't have to say that, man. But he's just being honest and real. And that's what experts do. They're open, they're honest, they're real, and that's what's taking them to that next level. So I just thank you for taking this kind of stuff that I said in, and just trusting me with your baby. Like, this is, like you said, your brand is your baby. Just trusting me with it, that not steered in the wrong direction, just show it in a positive light, so we can continue to build and grow and hit our goals for ourselves, our families, and the future.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
Very important. Okay, let's get into the next part. Hold on. Okay. Do you develop the recipes and dishes for your brand? Like, is that something you do by yourself? Is that something that somebody does on the outside? Is that something you and your team come together with? Like, how do these things happen?
Well, I always have my own ideas, and I don't know if it's stupid or not, but like when I tend to drink, I I tend to just like isolate myself and like just think about like ideas. Okay, what if I put this together? What if I do this? What if I do that? People can like it,
Yeah.
and then just also putting my experience into it.
Yeah.
So I come up with an idea even when I'm driving too. Sometimes I don't even put music. I just quiet.
All right.
And I just think about ideas and how to market.
Yeah.
Good idea. Good dish that people are gonna like. The food costs too. Because I can't bring like bluefin tuna with gold or caviar. Because
Yeah, the cost. Yeah.
yeah, the cost. So like you have to think of so many things.
Right.
So I bring a dish to my crew, and I'll ask for their opinion. What do you guys think? I let them try it first. Then I give it to like the closest people that I know or regulars.
Yeah.
And I let them try it. Like, what do you think?
Yeah.
What's a good price? Should we make it bigger, smaller? Change a little bit. So I get a lot of opinions from different people and my crew, my team.
Okay.
And then I release.
Okay, for sure. What is your signature dish right now? If you can just only pick one, I know you have. So you got a lineup of of a lot of great ones. But if you could only pick one right now that you're really focusing on.
Well, when I started with just fish tacos.
Okay.
And fish battered fried tacos.
Okay.
And grilled shrimp.
Okay.
But handmade tortilla, has to be my. That's where I started with. And people loved it. And then, I started adding more things to the menu. So I think the signature item, dish, would be the fish and shrimp tacos,
Okay.
And
Tell me a little bit about how kind of what's in there, how you put them together, if you can.
well, the most, because I do sushi and everything.
Yeah.
I make sure the fish is, fresh, has to be fresh, good fish.
Yeah.
We use cod, which is a good fish for a fish taco.
Yeah.
Fried because I got the style from Ensenada, which is a small city in Mexico,
Right.
along the beach. That's where it originally started.
Yeah.
And then the grilled shrimp, because most people they don't like fried food, so
Right.
you prefer grilled.
Yeah.
So I had those two options.
Right.
So then also we have the tortilla handmade.
Yeah.
We use good masa too.
Okay.
The vegetables that we put on it, we have to make sure it's prepped daily, fresh,
Okay.
good vegetables.
Right.
Because there's different qualities of. I know it's like getting too deep into it, but so like the.
I know that for sure. It's because if you look at it, have you ever ate at Rubio's?
Yeah, I've been.
So if you're eating at Rubio's and you're eating at Del Taco, there's a difference.
Oh yeah, big difference.
There's a big difference in the quality. Like we just had Rubio's last night, nachos and.
I actually heard you when we were on the phone. Like,
exactly. So you got nachos, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's I'm not nothing against Del Taco. I think Del Taco is solid sometimes too. But
I actually tried my first fish taco at Rubio's.
really, ever like at a restaurant?
Yeah, a restaurant in.
Wow, can you believe that? That's
It was in. It was in LA.
okay.
My parents came to visit.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, let's go to Rubio's. So we went, we got the fish tacos, and I thought it was good, you know.
Yeah.
But then once I started going to different restaurants, working at different restaurants,
Yeah. Different
tasting different food,
Yeah.
you know, there's levels to, you know, the quality of food and the taste of food,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. There's
And
like,
that's using all that experience, you know, I put all together and created a good product, you know.
That's what's up. You know, it's crazy when I do these. You know, I'm noticing like how much people love what they do. Like, and we're gonna have to do another episode because you know so much. You know, most of it we couldn't get to, and you know, there's another part of this we're gonna get to right after this part. But you know, people love what they do, and it's just people love communicating with the Brand Experts podcast so much that you know we just start talking about other things. And you know, it's just so amazing that how these experts love what they do and how passionate they are. Like Jay, like he's just passionate. Like I seen him at the trunk or treat in Palmdale. He had the apron on. He was inside the truck, and he was in there dedicated. He was really taking care of business in there. And I stepped back and looked at it, and I said, "Wow, like he actually loves what he does." Food came out. Like the food didn't last long; it was gone. But he seen me and he said, "I got you." That's what he said. You know, I heard him. I said, appreciate you. And I just did a little video around the truck. You know, highlight. You know, especially the businesses we got relationships. Highlight them when I go to events. You know, from there. You know, took care of the food and everything, but just seeing how these businesses love what they do, that they're experts in their fields, it's just real special to be around. And I just have to, you know, make sure to give them their flowers and tell them thank you for what you started. You didn't have to start this. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to believe in it long enough. You could have just continued at your job, making more money up front and just spending your weekends doing what you want to do. But you decided to say, right now I'm going to invest into this brand. Right now I'm going to invest into what I believe in. Right now I'm going to give myself a shot to doing something incredible. And that's what you did. And thank you for that, because you didn't have to do that. You already had the job making whatever you were making, doing whatever you're doing, but you decided to invest your money, invest your time, invest your weekends, do all this stuff for your bigger goal. And so just thank you for that, because you didn't have to. But you decided to do this for your community.
Yeah, honestly, like you said, I had a good job, you know, where I was at the position I had as a chef in LA, one of the restaurants. But you know, I wanted to do something that I crave, you know.
Yeah.
Because even as a chef at a restaurant in LA, like you can only go so far, you know. Because there's always different people have to approve anything that you do.
Some people never want to leave their spot, so it's never going to be, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I wanted to bring something good back to the AV, you know.
You did that.
You
did that. And this is something I was saying to these businesses that are out here in Antelope Valley, at least. He was in LA, Santa Monica, beaches, he could have did this out there easy, right? He could have moved that business out there, started out there, and did his life out there and said, you know, I'm not going to really mess with this desert. I'm going to do this out here. But he decided to do this business in this Antelope Valley, Lancaster, Palmdale area, and believe in it, and partner with local businesses, and put his stamp on this area the way he wanted to do it. So he could have did this anywhere. So I just want to tell him thank you for opening here in the Antelope Valley. Thank you for believing in this area and the people in it. You know, just we really appreciate you for that, because you could have done this anywhere you wanted to, but you decided to do it here.
Yeah, that's true. You know, I think the Antelope Valley, you know, it's a good place, you know, to start a business. You know, so upstarting.
Yeah,
you know, because especially if you're from here, you know, you want to give back, you know, to the community, you know, and provide your the best of you, you know.
Absolutely.
You know,
you're doing that,
but also you need good guidance, you know, because you you as a business owner, you can't be doing everything.
You can.
You need help.
Absolutely.
Like for example, you gave me some pointers for marketing. I'm grateful for that. Because you can only think so much.
You can. And this is something I want to put on here. Make sure you remember this. Like if they didn't try it, they're gonna just go to Rubio's, right? They don't know. Like if you don't know that there's a car just as good as a Lamborghini, what are you gonna go buy? You're gonna go buy a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Right? If you didn't know there was a Ferrari or the other kind of supercars there are, you're just gonna go look at whatever is there. Like, but until you notice that there may be something that may better fit or maybe a better option, you wouldn't know. So that's where I want you to say, get your food in the hands of people that can try it. That just like we're here at the office, in Lancaster, California. Shout out to them.
It's a nice office, by the way.
It's incredible. I love coming here.
I want to quote the triple threat.
Okay.
It's they take care of like they mainly focus on customs, like for trucks, razors and all that.
Where they at?
They're right here on in Lancaster.
Okay.
They're on Lancaster. They're on the street Avenue I. Like, next, it's right off like Sarah Highway. I don't have the exact address, but he told me like you can have the best product. You can be the best, but if no one knows about you,
does it work? Yeah.
Like you're not gonna get anywhere. So.
So yeah, you got to market. You got to do that kind of stuff. And so something we want to get into, because we also have the Champions Playbook, right? That's the business consulting firm that owns a podcast, right? That does video creation for businesses, right? Video marketing, and also brand partnership development. We want to get into what has worked for you in creating videos for your brand. Like we see you do different reels, right? Stuff like that. I don't know if you're the one that is creating those and having that creative eye with your brand, but what have you noticed is working so far with creating videos for your food truck brand?
Well, I think there's a process,
Okay.
And if you think long term, then there's a different process. But if you think short term, there's a different process.
Absolutely.
If you think long term, then you have to have a good product first,
right?
Then good marketing,
Yep.
So I think just having good product and marketing well on Instagram, Facebook, that way people see it, they think about it, consider it, and then they'll probably check you out, and then they go because they saw your post.
Yeah.
Well, they saw you somewhere at an event.
Right.
They'll go, and if they think it's good, then boom, you have
a new customer and client.
New customer client, or
Right.
So that's how I see it,
Okay.
But yeah, I do the marketing for for Kudos.
So you're capturing a lot of the videos and stuff.
Yeah, I would try to capture people trying the food or.
Okay. And what have you noticed when you are capturing those videos that that you enjoy capturing? Like, is it like kind of? I've seen you capture a lot of stuff with the first responders, right? Pictures and videos of them. Which shout out to the Antelope Valley First Responders.
Oh yes, definitely yes.
Yeah, I've seen you capture a lot of stuff with them. So, what have you liked about that creative process, working with groups like first responders, like firefighters and stuff like that?
Well, I think first responders are they're very important in any community. Life's important, so they're the first ones that get there. They're the experts,
Right there, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah.
You're dying.
Yeah, they bring you back to life.
They take care of you. So I even now that I can, as a business owner, I always try to get back to them because I know they risk their lives.
Okay.
They work very hard. When we have fires, when there's an emergency, they're there for us.
Right.
So I think we need to give back to them because they're risking their lives every day. So I always give them 30% off as much as I can, you know.
There we go.
I don't make profit, but I know that I'm giving back to them, and I'm just thankful that they're daily giving their lives for our community, you know.
For sure. And then we have all, it's a blessing that you are somebody that we have done multiple videos for Instagram and on YouTube. And I don't know how many videos you do have on YouTube, but I don't know if you have checked them out so far. But we've done the video with you at what is it called? At Lucky Luke, when you had the dinner going for the Autism Speaks. And then we done the video when we first met at the at your truck. And so what have you enjoyed about checking that kind of stuff out, with the videos and stuff? Have you been able to check it out so far?
Yeah, of course, bro. Like I think you're doing a great job, bro.
Okay.
I feel like you're not like biased. You're just like you're everywhere. You know, you believe in everyone. You know, you're even with me. I would have never expected you to come by. You know, my food truck and hey, how are you? You know, and just gave me advice and. Just talked, as like a friend.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. Appreciate that you coming by. And so as soon as I met you, I checked out your social medias, YouTube, and I was like, man, this guy is actually doing something for the community.
Yeah.
I was like, oh snap,
Yeah.
Not anyone does that.
You're right. If you go on YouTube and search Lancaster, California, you're not really gonna see the beauty in it. You're just gonna see. You're just going to see either pages that don't post anything anymore, or you're going to see crime and that. But I just wanted to change the narrative and just start in a situation where I could start changing it. In 2022, did over 25 grand openings. That part, I did Champions community events. I go to the event. I believe it's Champions Value Community Events. So that's the name of that program. So I do that. And business growth content through the Champions Playbook. So that's content that you use to grow your business. So if he, is talking to somebody in the store and they say, oh, well, how does your food taste? And he doesn't have the food with him. But what he could do is send him the link to the YouTube video and say, hey, just check this video out. You can see it. This is, a business consultant in our area that captured, him trying the food. And, he has all our links on there. You can check it out from there. So we just glad that he embraces, what we're doing for his brand, for his company, and that, he's as solid as he is. And, is doing all the things that he's doing. And we were able to be a part of that. Just like he's proud to, to be a part of what we're doing, we're just as proud and honored to, to be a part of what he's doing. It's mutual to have him as a friend and somebody in the community that we're so proud of, we're so thankful to have. It's just a blessing. So we just want to thank him for all that.
I do want to point out what,
Go ahead.
about like you said, the AV Lancaster,
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, when I was in LA,
Yeah.
I lived in West LA.
Mm-hmm.
They'll ask me, where are you from? Oh, Lancaster. What? Lancaster, right away they had a bad image.
Yeah.
But, it's not like that,
No.
I think, you and I, we could change that image,
Yep.
by giving back to community. For example, I want to do like feeding the homeless,
Yeah.
Like as restaurants and like food trucks, like we tend to get, or even as a business owner, you tend to focus just on yourself, but
So much more.
who the community is the one that put you where you're at.
Sure.
If it wasn't for them, you wouldn't be where you're at.
Absolutely.
So
Right now we're going to get to a part of this that I love. Is what makes them unique as a brand, right? There's so many layers you can get to that. So we'll kind of tap on 3 pieces of that and get to the last little piece of the interview. Hate that it's over. I feel like we could have literally sat here for 10 hours, but it doesn't feel long. It's just organic, and that's how you want your stuff to be. When you talk to people, when you become a great communicator, right? When you get in front of the camera like Jay is doing, you just get more comfortable, and then you can go do the bigger, interviews and huge studios. You're comfortable because you've already done it. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be real special. And stay experts in everything you do is worth it. Trust me.
much of time we have, bro?
All right, so we're at the last part of this. I want to shout out Jay with Kudos because Surf and Turf, because they're incredible. He's incredible, and the way he supports this community, San Nevada community, is incredible. So shout out to him. Shout out to him coming through, and this level of support that they provide to the community is hands down incredible. We want them to continue to do that and continue to be as incredible as they can be.
I appreciate that, bro.
For sure, because it's nothing small about what you guys are doing. You guys are doing it big. So continue that. Don't stop that, because it's needed in this community. All right, let's get into the last part of this. What are some things that Kudos does? You know what? Let's just do something else before we get to that. What would you say makes Kudos unique as a brand?
There's different ways why it's unique. I think just by it focusing on good food and cleanliness. I've always worked at top restaurants, and when I was working there, I was like, when I have a business, I'm going to focus on cleanliness because that's what people like.
Absolutely. Yep.
They feel safe. Especially after coronavirus. People they're very. They look at that.
Right.
It's clean.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I'll use gloves or. So we focus on cleanliness, good food, presentation in every aspect, and service.
Yeah.
Those combined, I think, it's a good team.
Right.
So yeah,
for sure. So doing those things, you gotta have to focus on stuff like that, like especially in the food business, make sure it's clean as possible. And I see you post a lot of videos, stories and things like that are showing how clean it is, and stepping it up, make sure it's clean at all times. Like you're eating something entering your body. So having it be clean, that's so important. So don't underestimate the power of things being clean. Really important. Just understand that, and when businesses are stepping it up to do that kind of stuff, focusing on service, focusing on community, those things are important. So just kind of look for that kind of stuff. They can show you that they're taking extra steps to make sure that kind of stuff is happening. Just make sure it's important. Okay, like anybody doing business, make sure that's important. Period. But they're taking it to another level and let you know that it's clean. Like they're not just saying it; they're doing the work, and they're actually cleaning as the day goes on. It's not just we start as clean, we go as dirty, we clean at the end. They're actually doing it ongoing, making sure it's whenever I walked up, it looks like the counter's just been wiped.
Yeah.
I mean that's just great branding because it makes me want to go back. Let me go back. Let me try chicken sandwich. Let me try the calamari tacos. I tried one, but let me get more and let me fully integrate. You know what I'm saying? Just makes me feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Trying the food tastes good and it looks clean. So, that kind of stuff is very important. So one of the most important questions we ask, especially on the first interview, right? Something we feel is very important because we feel like this has been taken out of the workplace and it needs to stop, right? If you're starting a business, don't take this away. You keep this going no matter how big your business gets. You make sure that this is important. And you do this because this is one of the main reasons why people leave jobs. What are some things Kudos does to have fun as a brand? Most businesses, what it's turned into, and most jobs, you work jobs, what does it turn into? You wake up, you go, you work, you go home. And it's that circle every week. You wake up, you go to work, you show up, you go home. You may only get overtime. They've taken away bonuses from a lot of workers. They've taken away holiday parties. They've taken away everything that makes work fun. So what do you do, with your brand to have fun?
Well, Crudos, and we do a lot of good stuff for, our team, our employees. I've worked I want to share a little bit on my past experience working at different companies, different restaurants.
Okay.
I started working at the worst places,
Yeah.
like they treated me like crap, but I thought it was normal because, I would watch like Top Chef, you know,
Yeah.
Ramsay, you know.
Ramsay,
I was
yeah.
like, man, they're screaming at them, you know. Okay, I like that, you know. So I thought it was normal. But when I focus on that, there was companies where I worked at where I feel like I was putting 110% every day, and I didn't feel the appreciation
Right.
of them. You know, so they wouldn't give me a free meal, you know.
Yeah.
Like I work at a restaurant, you know, you're not giving me a free meal. Like,
Wow, that
come
doesn't
on,
make sense. Yeah.
you know, like there's all this food we throw out every night. Why aren't you giving me a free meal?
Yeah.
You know, they'd be like, oh, just we'll give you 10% off.
Nah.
You know,
Yeah.
and there was times where like, oh, where can I get water? Oh, just use the sink because it was a 2-story restaurant.
Wow.
So we're at the top level, the dining was at the front, and the dishwasher was on the first level.
Yeah.
So there was only sinks right there. There was no like clean water there.
So they really just didn't
like,
focus on fun at all.
and then they would throw chopsticks at me to like hurry up, you know. So like there was no ticket machine. So I've worked at really good restaurants, like, but also they treat their staff very bad, you know, and that's why they don't last long.
Right.
Okay, but they can only get so far.
Right.
And then I worked at the best restaurants and all the categories, you know, like they're the best at everything. Like for example, when I got in there, they see your experience. They ask you how much you want to get paid.
Oh wow.
They see that you have the experience and they pay you that.
Yep.
They offer you right away health insurance.
Wow, heck yeah.
You know,
Take care of you.
vacation.
Yeah.
You know, you want to, because as a cook, chef in a restaurant, it's very hard to get the weekends off.
Yeah.
Super hard. You know, it's very rare. So there I was able to request some Saturdays off to spend with family, you know. Well, most family events are Saturdays or something. So, you know, I was able to do that. And a free meal. You know, like you have to have, to be able to work good, you have to have a good meal. You know?
Absolutely. I think all businesses should do that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Every business should provide lunch. It doesn't have to be like, you know, $50 lunch or nothing, but you're out there giving a day of your life. I'm providing it that you'll never get back. And a lot of places don't even do that. They don't do food. They just give you what you're provided by law. Your hourly rate and overtime. That's it. There's no bonus. There's no nothing. You go to work and we'll pay you what we legally have to pay you. So I just think you know, stepping up and, you know, doing stuff like that. Are you providing food for your staff? Is that something?
Yeah, so as a chef cook, you know, I explained, I worked at several different restaurant companies, and you know, I saw my work ethic as working for a bread company and a company that actually took care of me.
Right.
And with the company that took care of me, I always put 110% every day, not just some days.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Every day.
Right.
So that made their business grow and made me feel good.
Right.
Maybe I want to be at work. You know?
Right.
I didn't have the need to call off. You know, like most places, you get like several people that call off.
Yeah.
This place, like no one called off. Like no one. Like not even like, oh, excuses are like, oh, you know, no, like everyone showed up to work.
Right.
You know. So I use that for Crudos, where I always give them. They can eat anything, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if they eat shrimp, you know.
Yeah.
Scallop. We have scallop tacos.
Yeah.
So you can eat whatever you want. I even like buy sometimes food for them, you know.
Right.
They want weekend off. I would try to. I use my time and I work instead of them working.
Right.
And they get the day off, you know, because I want to be happy.
That's cool. So, you know, comp days. So, and that's what makes that fun. If anybody's getting lost in like where that can be fun, you can have something you want to do with your family. you've worked, you've done your stuff. So he's like, hey, spend this day with your family, do this kind of stuff. Like, I'll take care of it. So he's making sure that they get that family time and they still have their job. So as Crudo continues to grow and it continues to just do phenomenal things, the people that stuck with him and worked with his brand in the early days, thank you for that. And thank you for sticking with him, because he has something special in store for you as he builds. So remember that. Don't get discouraged right now. And take what's going on and enjoy that. Enjoy those off days. Enjoy that food, because what's coming up next is just going to be incredible. He has some incredible ideas, and he's going to make them all happen, just like he already made everything happen for right now. So thank you for that, because my jobs is just show up, go home. Don't ask for no off day. Don't ask for no food. You better bring your own. You better go get your own. And you better not be over 15 minutes on them lunches, because they got them fingerprint scanners. They got GPSs in work cars. They got cameras and all that. They watching you every step.
I think if you take care of your employees, your team employees will take care of you as an owner.
Yep.
If you see that, if they notice, you're not taking care of them, they're not going to take care of you.
Nope, they're going to just let your business, and that's your baby. So if you have to go do a business meeting 2 days in LA for some opportunities, and they see you're not taking it serious, well, they'll just say, we might open the truck an hour late, and the food will be half cooked, and whatever. But they see how they're taken care of, how the brand takes care of them, so they're going to take care of it the same way. So just very important. So the last piece of this, right, is, pieces I love, kind of get their feedback on what they, like, and how, they experience the podcast. But, we're kind of pressed for time a little bit, so we're going to get the short answer. And when we do this again, we'll get the long answer, right? I think both are important when you can get them, because some people don't have time, so they'll be able to sit and listen to this and say, okay, I got it. But sometimes you got the time to sit down and say, what's really going on? Okay, so we'll get into it. And we'll stay around maybe a minute on these questions. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. What did you enjoy about being on the podcast? The Brands Experts podcast, by the way.
Well, it made me a little bit more confident with myself, because I hate being on camera.
Okay.
I hate talking about myself. I'd rather just be behind the scenes, just doing, work.
Okay. For sure. And that's important, because I would never thought it. He's so charismatic and energetic. We never talked this much, by the way. But he's so free flowing with this. I thought he was going to tell me, I actually did 4 or 5 podcasts already. Because that's how comfortable he is. He brought stuff to put up here. He's sitting, chilling, feet crossed. That's how you want to make your guests feel. Just comfortable. It's very important. Would you recommend other brand owners and experts that work inside of brands get on this podcast?
Yeah, it's definitely, most business owners, they're just focused on a certain amount of things, where I think doing a podcast with you would, help their business, grow.
Okay.
Or bring more guests,
For sure.
But I think it's a great decision that I made to coming with you. And although I was very timid, shy,
Yeah.
but I'm glad I came.
For sure. And I'm glad you
Probably not the best guest that you've had.
You're
but
incredible. You're incredible. So much we don't even know yet. But I'm really looking forward to doing this again. And that's where we get to the next question. Will Jay and Kudos be getting back on the Brands Experts podcast?
Yeah, of course. I would love to be part of it.
Okay, for sure. All right. Is there any brands you would recommend getting on this podcast?
Well, Refi, Rim.
Shout them out, Rafi. We're gonna get you on here.
So
Okay.
we're gonna be launching his rim for my Kudos Al Frescas soon.
Okay.
So definitely him, and then close friends from Farmers Insurance.
Okay.
They're definitely very good agents. They're honest.
Okay.
Very helpful.
All right.
I think they'll be good.
What are the names? A lot of farmer agents out here. Who are they? What are they?
Frida and Jose.
Frida and Jose. We want to see you guys are experts in the insurance agency, and we got our insurance, my homeowner's insurance through you guys. So we want to see you guys on here and see you guys, talking about your brand, letting everybody know. Okay. So now we want to let everybody know. First off, we just want to thank you for joining this community of brand experts. We want this to be something that you stay a part of. We have our Quick Brands marketing group that we want you to be a part of. It's a free group where you get to consistently learn about marketing, get our weekly videos that will help you grow your brands, learn about different experts around the country and around the world. And we also have our brands expert podcast club. Right, so with being a part of that, it's just a way to get to know the other people that come on and just let them know, like, hey, I was already a part of it too. Can we collaborate, things like that. So you don't want you to be a part of those communities. Make sure to send you all that kind of stuff, and let everybody know where to find you online.
That's true. I agree. It's very.
Yeah, let everybody know like your pages, any pages, where to find you on. Website, Instagram, just let everybody know where to find you online and in person.
Well, we're on Instagram. Our main page is we're mainly focused on Instagram right now. Mm-hmm. We're trying to focus on Facebook.
Okay.
As well.
Okay.
But yeah, our Instagram page, his name is at Kudos _original. That's what we do our most posts. And then we're also on Facebook, which is Kudos Original, same name as well. And then you can, give us a call at 310-663-2898. That's the business phone number. Give us a call for schedule locations or any parties that you have, private, public, events you have. And you can just look us up there. We're working on our website.
Okay.
So
it's coming, and when we do the next episode or a future episode, we're gonna let us know about that. So we're gonna leave everybody, or we're gonna send everybody off, because we won't leave anybody. We're gonna send everybody something special, and that is this: if somebody's struggling to become an expert in what they're doing, what is one tip that you provide for them to, like, if they're stuck, if they don't have their food truck yet, if they don't know what to do, what would you recommend them to do?
I think the most important, what I recommend personally, just make sure that that's what you want to do, and then just search for help. Because searching online it's not enough. So it's just ask for people, meet people, get advice. Like Elite right here.
There we go. Like Jay from Kudos.
Experience, he with marketing and business, any category, you can search for him and he'll help you out with anything.
Sure.
To be honest, yeah.
Go to brandsexpertspodcast.com and also go to Kudos Original, right? No matter where you at, if you make the deal the right way, we can go there and make it happen. Trust me. It's possible. It's possible, okay? Like, thank Jay for everything he's doing and just being an amazing person he is, and for investing into his community. And let's be experts in everything we do. Till the next one.